Every spring anime you should be watching, or at least keeping an eye on. And yes, I did check out everything, including Fairy Tail in Space, and the anime with the odd taxi driver. So go ahead and Detroit smash that like and subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified. And a special thank you to Summoner's War for being an awesome sponsor. If you have been waiting, this is a perfect time for you to dive into Summoner's War. They are celebrating their 7th anniversary with a blast. You get 100 anniversary exclusive scrolls just by logging in. Gather enough coins to get sweet goodies from the anniversary shop for free. Definitely show them some love. Summoner's Wars has been one of the most popular turn-based RPGs for the last 7 years, which means you won't be surprised the game has such a colossal global community, and it's one of the most successful esports games. In-game, you have over 1,000 unique monsters to collect and awaken. I actually enjoyed the gameplay being pretty new player friendly early on. You really make fast progress, get infused new monsters, plus there's always new weekly events for the free goodies. Go and explore the various dungeons with your team. Go and customize your Sky Island however you want. If you have some time to play and chill, download right now for free. Just click the first link down below. My Hero Academia Season 5. Deku and his hero buddies are back for this yearly anime installment. I know, another season of Deku screaming that he's gonna become the best hero ever. Honestly, I thought I needed a break from My Hero Academia too, but just like for Marvel Disney TV shows or movies, My Hero Academia feels so nice and cozy that it's back now. You got My Hero Academia kicking off with the training arc. Wah wah, I know. You can at least look forward to some kick-ass animation fights from the Bone Studio. You should definitely be hyped for the My Villain Academia arc coming right after. Definitely let me know, are you watching this My Hero Academia season, or have you dropped off? Don't bully me, Nagatoro. Did you love Takagi teasing her little crush? Now it's time to level up. You got Nagatoro teasing the hell out of her senpai. She just wants her senpai to notice her. What makes it perfect is that the senpai is actually Deku, or more recently Falco. Poor dude just can't catch a break. Equally a standout is Nagatoro's voice actress. Her senpai game is on freaking fire. This anime does give you some short stories bundled into each episode. Fair warning, Nagatoro does come off rather harsh at first. Just know it'll become less bullying and more teasing soon enough. Mini Dragon. Kyoto Animation is back with the Dragon Maid. Well, kind of. It seems like this is really flying under the radar because a lot of anime people don't know about this. This short anime is being released weekly on the Kyoto Animation YouTube channel. Think of this as a great appetizer for the Dragon Maid Season 2 anime coming up. Don't miss out, link below. Shadow House. You have this mysterious shadow family living in this mansion. Inside the house, each shadow person is assigned a living doll to take care of them. At the same time, they're known as the face for the shadow person. For the main characters, you have the shadow Kate and her living doll Emiko. Emiko is in charge of cleaning up all the ash leaking out from her master. I absolutely love the creepy vibe here. Not to mention the knees, subtle foreshadowing the anime is layering right on top of episode 1. Trust me, let me not say any more and watch Shadow House. Whether you hated The Promised Neverland Season 2 or weren't a fan of the true manga ending, I can confirm Shadow House feels like a worthy successor. What a coincidence! Cloverworks is tackling this one too. So come on Cloverworks, don't mess this up. Zombieland Saga: The Revenge. Your favorite zombie idol girls are back. I know I've made the comparison before, but it really seems like they put a Konosuba between seasons. So it turns out the girls are in debt. Everything's reset. They're so broke now, the zombie girls are working their asses off in some part-time jobs. So once again, MAPPA is breathing life into this anime for another season. They sure took their sweet time, like 3 years. I was actually worried about forgetting stuff, but Season 2 kicks off with quite a few reminders. You get a refresher about past events and dangling questions without it going full recap. If you never dipped your toes into idol anime, this is definitely a great place to start. Think of Zombieland like the Konosuba for idol anime. Even if you don't know exactly what it's parroting, you'll get a blast out of what the zombie idols bring. I shaved, and then I brought home a high school girl. So let's just put it out there, yes, this anime does start out with a pretty creepy premise. If you were put off by the title, let's see if this could change your mind. You got a drunk salaryman that comes home to find this homeless girl outside. She goes ahead and offers some cakey services for a place to stay. I do have to give credit to the guy. Even in a drunk state, he turns down her services, but still allows her to stay at his place. So congrats, you've just taken in a 17-year-old high school girl. And despite the girl still trying to tempt him with special services, she's denied. Anyone recall the Senko-san anime? This anime gives a very similar vibe. I can confirm that the anime will stay pretty wholesome for the most part. There is some baggage from the runaway girl that you'll find out later, although I got a feeling that the anime is not even gonna get to that point. Based on the premise, do you have an issue with it? Or depending on your country, does it really just make it a non-issue? I'm curious, so let me know. The Slime Diaries. If you're behind on Season 2, just like me, thankfully this story actually kicks off during the Season 1 anime. The first episode actually focuses on Rimuru trying to build his town and nation after taking out the Orc Lord, which was around the midpoint of Season 1. The Slime Diaries does take this different, more calming approach. You have several stories bundled into each episode. Each one of those highlights and focuses on some of the side characters, which means if you had certain favorites you wanted to know more about, or wanted more world building, you got it. This honestly feels like a season of OVA-like stories. I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Next season is Isekai Up. Unfortunately, you have this 20-something-year-old Japanese lady who died from overworking. Thankfully, you have a kind goddess up above granting her one wish on her new life. And by now, you know the cookie cutter fantasy isekai setup. She's reborn as a witch with a giant hat. Which, by the way, I freaking love her design. Figure when, please. Like the title of the anime, she spends years and years killing slimes to pay for food and stuff. Fast forward 300 years later, oh my goddess, she didn't realize she actually hit the level cap. Now everyone and everything wants to challenge her ass, but the poor girl just wants to take it easy. She's totally my vibe. The whole setup here actually feels pretty similar to Kuma 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 Bear. A fun bonus thing you'll love here is the voice actor for the main character is actually Yuki. She also is the recent star for the Spider Isekai. This one took me a little bit to get used to. At the same time, it's great to see her talent as a human character this time. Combatants Will Be Dispatched, the follow-up sequel by the Konosuba author. Although really, where's Konosuba Season 3 already? Let me confirm, this anime actually is not an isekai. You got this advanced nation and planet that has their sights set on Earth. You got main character Agent 6, who's totally not adult Kazuma, teamed up with a blonde lowly robot named Alice. Oh, and she has a shotgun. The story here begins when both of these get teleported to the blue planet. They're tasked to gather intel so they could conquer the planet later. As always, that includes a very fun party. You got a chimera girl that loves to eat, a demonic wheelchair girl, and some bikini knight. And you know it, everyone's gonna be making the comparison. Is this as funny as Konosuba, or at least fun? Let me just say, it's probably best not to compare it to Konosuba. For me, it actually feels a little bit more like the overly cautious hero isekai instead. Meaning, there is a lot of random stuff happening, which you may or may not find funny. At the very least, it is amusing. Megalobox Season 2. So let's put it out there, this sequel announcement really had fans scratching their ear. I mean, Megalobox Season 1 really wrapped up itself nicely. Will this come across as an unneeded sequel? Because it really does have big lubs to fill. Season 2 now kicks off with Joe being super broken down. The guy is back to fighting underground matches for scraps. He looks so beat up, he has a beard, he's constantly on painkillers. Joe, what happened to you? And that really is a major question that Season 2 is leaving for you to uncover. Each episode does drop scraps and hints about what happened to Joe over these last 5 years. And whatever did happen, Joe has some serious demons to face. At least so far with the first 3 episodes, there is true potential here. So once again, let's root for Joe and his sequel to rise up. S-Times 4 Dynazenon. Trigger Studios back at it. Instant watch for us Trigger fans. Also notable anime if you've been itching to scratch your mecha anime itch. But did someone say Power Rangers? You got the anime Mighty Morphers and Kaiju all in one. Yeah, leave it to Trigger to mix and blend so much awesomeness into one anime. You do have the Kaiju of the Week format, with an overarching story. You especially love the fights where it just gets messy. I mean, you had an oversized car crashing into the giant monster. This is technically somewhat of a sequel to Trigger's previous Gridman anime, but I can confirm Gridman is not required viewing, at least not yet. I am betting that previous anime will be lightly referenced, or perhaps the full connection won't be made until the finale. Personally, between the two, I think I prefer this anime a little bit more. The pacing is much faster, and the characters feel more likable. Way of the House Husband. Controversial pick, perhaps. You got a retired super Yakuza boss, now turned stay-at-home husband. The comedy fun here comes from the guy trying to adapt to his new life, especially with all the misunderstandings you know are coming. Similar to other anime here, each episode bundles a bunch of mini stories. The episodes themselves are super short, like 10 minutes. They're super bingeable. And by now, you may have noticed why this is getting a bunch of hate from manga readers, which is justified. Unfortunately, instead of an anime, the producer decided to make this glorified visual novel instead. I mean, it's actually barely an anime with hardly any movement. It feels like fan animation, honestly. I do actually recommend this since the voice actors shine through. If you do like the story here, which is fun, you could always just switch over to the manga. Fun fact by the way, this anime got super censored in China. No tattoos for you, ex-Yakuza guy. 86. You got a future empire over 100 years into our future. This nation is so advanced that all the wars are fought with drones. Officially, battles and wars have no fatalities. Yay, except for the dark truth in the background. In reality, you have squad leaders of the nation commanding and controlling people within drones on the battlefield. These people who are piloting these robots are deemed inhuman, instead called 86. You do have one of the commanding leaders, Lena, that actually sympathizes with them and sees them as people instead of as disposable tools. I don't know about you, but I'm already getting this Mayo Kogias vibe here. All the shady stuff going on makes this really interesting. Out of this whole season, it feels like one of the most promising new anime. It is based on a light novel, so let's pray to the anime gods that chunks don't get axed out. As a huge bonus, Hiroyuki Sawano is on music duty here. Honestly, this is going to be worth watching for his divine soundtrack alone. How not to Summon a Demon Lord Season 2. Recall this Isekai anime from a few years ago? Yeah, I was surprised too. You got some random dude being a Segaid. Lucky for his ass, he got summoned as a Demon Lord in this new world. The Demon Lord guy tries to put on this calm and collected persona, while deep down inside he's questioning himself and doubting himself. The story here is really him just traveling with the cat girl Rem, yeah, that's her name, and the blonde elf. But honestly, if you're curious about the story, that really takes a backseat here. The anime does focus on not taking itself too seriously, really playing up this overpowered main character, and at the same time mixing a bunch of edgy stuff whenever possible. Full Dive, from the creator of the overly cautious hero. The focus here is the main character, once again voiced by Deku. You got him trying out this lovely VR game rated Z. Oh yeah, super adult. Let's just say that the guy ends up screwing himself super badly right at the login. Recall how Subaru died so much on his first day? Yeah, super similar situation here. And get this Walmart SAO game also doesn't let you log out at times. So far it is amusing and feels like it has a lot of potential. Let's see if it keeps on focusing on the comedy. Tokyo Revengers. You got the main character here going back 12 years to middle school. The poor dude screwed up his life, so a perfect time to redo it. But this is actually serious. Turns out his middle school girlfriend got killed in the present day. The cause of her death seems to have started back in middle school. So can the guy actually succeed and prevent his girlfriend from dying in the present day? So yeah, this may sound familiar. Did someone say erased? Hopefully with a much better ending. Let me just mention, I'm not a manga reader, but I do have Japanese buddies who are big fans of the manga, which means if you did have issues with how Erased turned out, I can at least assure you this will end up better for most of you. So far with the actual premise, it does look promising, definitely a weekly watch for me. To Your Eternity. You got a boy living in the middle of snowy nowhere with this quirky wolf dog. Throughout the first episode, you do spend a good chunk of it trying to piece things together slowly. How's this kid surviving? Why is he all alone? Is something weird happening in the background? Let me actually not give too much away since it is best going in fresh. I will say that the entire first episode feels like it could be its own standalone short movie. It's that well made. If you need more convincing, just know this is by the creator of A Silent Voice. Maybe that'll give you the extra push. Vivy Fluorite Ice Song. Like a super jelly girlfriend, we're all watching Wit Studio. This time you have the ex-Attack on Titan studio tackling AI. The story here introduces you to this theme park fully run by AI, so get a look at your new robo-waifu, AI Vivy. The task she specializes in is singing, although sadly almost no one shows up to her shows. The story here kicks off when Vivy is visited by this future AI. Vivy is asked to help and prevent the rise of AI from eradicating humanity. So yeah, anime Terminator with a little bit of Steins;Gate mixed in. Vivy herself will remind you a lot of Violet Evergarden. She really just wants to make people happy with their songs, at the same time trying to understand the human heart. Meanwhile, the mysterious bear AI that came from the future, honestly the guy seems super shady. Why does it seem like everything they do in present day only helps to advance AI more and more? And I'm just loving the extra long episodes so far. Wit Studio is kicking some major ass with this original anime. As a huge bonus, you do have the Re:Zero author that worked on the story. My only slight concern is that this is only set for 13 episodes. So here's hoping that they actually can wrap everything up without it being rushed in the final few episodes. Come on, Vivy. So let me know down below which spring anime do you like, which are you watching? And here's a few quick honorable mentions. Shaman King, 50 plus episodes plus being a full adaptation, just too bad it's in Netflix jail. Yeah, I'll be waiting on this one. The rom-com where the childhood friend won't lose. This one had a late start, so I'm not really sure about the story yet. I'm actually more interested with the voice actor superstar cast. Koi Kimo, yet another anime with a 20-something going after a high school girl. I do see the guy being a bit forced when trying to date her being a good turn-off for a good chunk of you. Fruits Basket the final. Similar deal to the Shaman King, just waiting to binge it when it's done. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Another isekai, this time with the actual protagonist being a side character to the real hero who got summoned. So far lukewarm. Super Cop, a girl that buys a bike and then her adventure begins. Godzilla SP. Being a Godzilla fan, I had to move this down after Godzilla didn't get anything in 3 episodes. Barely a name drop. So definitely show Summoners War some love. They are pretty awesome for sponsoring and being one of the better mobile games out there. Just click below, show that you're engaging, and no worries if you don't continue playing. But anyway, let me know which spring anime you're watching. Did your favorite make it onto my list? Or did I sadly miss it? Don't forget to like and subscribe to make YouTube happy. Go ahead and check out my in-depth review on Attack on Titan Season 4, and I'll see you guys later.